We have a call in Kansas. NBC News now projecting that in the referendum to amend the state constitution to remove the right to abortion, no is going to win in Kansas tonight. Again, I was just on here a few minutes ago showing you we got those final results from a big county there that confirmed that early lead that no had taken just wasn't eroding that much as the same day vote came in. There's just enough vote in enough places right now that our decision desk feels confident in putting the check mark up there. No is going to win this thing tonight. This referendum to amend the state constitution is going to fail. Again, this is the first time that the question of abortion placed before the voters following that Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe versus Wade. It is taking place in a red state, a state that Donald Trump won by 15 points. But no is going to prevail tonight, and it looks like no is going to prevail handily tonight.
Is there any other election primary that is a parallel to this specific moment? I mean, it's post-Dobbs, and as you mentioned, this is the very first time that voters are going out in America and saying yes or no to a question around abortion after it's been overruled. Do you think it's a trend? Do you think it signals that voters are very engaged on that question?
Well, I think, again, given the fact that this is taking place in Kansas, a red state, and given what is shaping up to be the margin here, I think this is something that's going to cause a recalibration, perhaps, in how both sides think about this, how to handle the post-Roe environment politically going forward. Because it's interesting, this exact same referendum was on 4 red state ballots over the last decade. But it was on those ballots when Roe v. Wade was still the law of the land. So that the referendums just didn't get this kind of attention. But in Tennessee, Louisiana, Alabama, and West Virginia, basically this exact same question, this exact same constitutional amendment was on the ballot in those states, and it passed in all of those states. And it was only close in one of those states, West Virginia. The margin there was 4 points. So it had gone 4 for 4 over the last decade before Roe v. Wade was overturned. Then Roe v. Wade was overturned, and now it pops up on the ballot in Kansas for the first time in this changed political atmosphere. And now no is going to win, and no is going to win by a very wide margin. So I think there's going to be a lot of fallout from this. I think especially on the pro-life side in terms of what they think the best way to proceed politically would be if they get this kind of rebuke in a state like Kansas. And as I mentioned, the other question here that I think now comes out of this, when you start looking, I'm just seeing if we're getting any more numbers. We are getting more numbers here. A place like Johnson County, biggest county in the state, huge, sprawling, suburban county, kind of place where Democrats have been doing better and better in recent years. There are a lot of counties like Johnson County all across the country. There are a lot of counties like Johnson County in big, important 2022 swing states, places like Pennsylvania, like Georgia, like Arizona. And Democrats have been saying since that Supreme Court ruling that this issue would galvanize voters specifically in places like Johnson County. We're certainly seeing that when it comes to this referendum tonight. What Democrats are also saying is that same energy and that same sentiment will attach itself to Democratic candidates in the midterm election in November, saying that they would protect the right to abortion and arguing that Republicans wouldn't. I don't know if that's going to happen. That's been the Democratic argument, though, since the Supreme Court decision. And I think half of that Democratic argument, in terms of what the political fallout of this would be, is validated by this result. The half of the argument that says voters are going to be galvanized, especially in places like Johnson County. Now, whether the second part of the Democratic argument, that it attaches itself to Democratic candidates in November and makes a difference in the midterm election, that's a huge question now. That's something we're going to find out in the next 98 days. But yeah, this result here, again, we'll go back statewide to see where it sits here, nearly 80% in here. I think this is going to have tremendous repercussions nationally, both in the midterm this year and in terms of the politics of abortion as we move forward.